Hello. Today I'm going to go through installing the SCOM to ServiceNow connector. The SCOM to ServiceNow connector lets you take alerts inside of SCOM and send them over to ServiceNow. So the first thing I want to do is download the SCOM to ServiceNow connector. So I go out to scom2k7.com. I'll put that link down in the comments below and click free trial. Once that's downloaded, I'm going to go ahead and copy it over to my desktop. Close this. And then I'm going to right click and say extract all. Click extract. And inside the folder here, we can see we have the installer, and then we have the administration guide, the user guide, and the installation guide. So what we're going to go through today is actually the installation guide. Let me go and double click that, open that up, and you can see it. And so we can see here, this is actually what we're going to go through today. So I'm going to go ahead and close that and close the browser here. So the first thing we want to do is do some pre-work. So we want to go out and get the DAS account, the data access account from SCOM. So let's go ahead and go to Start menu, go to Services. And then we want to scroll down to System Center Data Access Service. And this is the account we want. So let's double click on that and go to Login. And here's the account we want. So I'm going to open up Notepad and paste it here. And then I'm going to go out and get my password. So there's my password there. And let's go ahead and close this. So the next thing we need to do is create an account in ServiceNow. So let's go out to ServiceNow. We'll log in as admin. Let's go ahead and grab this URL we're in here. So this is the URL we're going to need later on in the install. So this is my instance name, and then that's service-now.com. Let's go ahead and throw this in our ServiceNow text file. Let's go back over here. Let's go to users. And so we can see here we're going to create a new user for this. So I go to new, type in the user ID, which is SCOM connector. First name is SCOM, last name connector. And now I'm going to go out and generate a secure password. Okay. And now that I have everything the user created, let's go ahead and click submit. Now let's go out and search for it. So I'll type in SCOM here. Now I have my SCOM connector user ID. So I'm going to click that. And what we need to do now is give it some permissions. We need it to be able to read, and we also need to be able to write some incidents. So to be able to read, we're going to need to give it personalized dictionary. So I go over down to roles, and I click edit, and then I type in personalize. There's personalized dictionary, so I'm going to give it that role. And then ITIL. Give it that role as well, and click save. Okay, now we have a user account inside of ServiceNow that we can use to send the tickets to. Okay, so let's close this. And our username is going to be SCOM connector. And then our password, that's our password there. Let's go ahead and save that. Okay, now let's do the install. So being that I'm already have the web console installed, look here under System Center Operations Manager and Web Console, I already have the web console installed. So that installs IIS. If I didn't have it installed, I would need to install IIS. So what I would do here to install IIS is I would actually go out and grab this line from the installation guide, and this will install IIS with all the features needed. I'll go ahead and put that in the comments as well. In this case, to save time, we're not going to do that, and it's already installed anyways. Next, we're going to go ahead and just do the install now. So I double click on the folder, and then I go to the MSI or the installer, double click on that. I click next, accept the license agreement, next, click install. And then on the user access control, click yes. And then we're going to pop open the configuration screen, so click yes here. All right, now we're at the configuration screen. So being that I'm already on a management server, the management server name and the database name have already been populated. If you're not on a management server, this information you'll have to fill out, and remember to put in the actual management server, the database server, and the database name. Okay, so now we need the SCOM DAS account. So now I go back over to my where I've stored the DAS account. You can see it's SCOM2K16 SCOM DAS. So I'm just going to copy SCOM DAS because we have the username with the backslash already populated. And now I'm going to type in my password. Okay, now we need the ServiceNow URL. So now I go ahead and copy this over. I'm going to go ahead and remove the backslash. And now we need our username and password. So before we do that, let's take a look at this here. So we have the ability to do basic authentication or OAuth. And so OAuth is actually going to require us to do some more steps. We'll go over that in a future video. But for right now, we're just going to stick to basic. So now I copy the SCOM connector. And I copy the password. I go ahead and click OK. And now the SCOM connector is fully configured. So now I click Start. I click Close here. And the first time it loads, it takes a minute. So before we jump into the tool, let's go out and get the Management Pack file installed. The Management Pack file is pretty important. So what we want to do is open the SCOM console, go to Administration, and then go to Install Management Packs. Right-click and say Import Management Packs. Click Add from Disk. And then for this, say No. And then browse out to Program Files, SCOM to ServiceNow Connector, Manager Pack, and the SCOM to ServiceNow Connector Manager Pack. Click Open, and click Install. And then click Close. And now the Manager Pack is installed. So one of the big benefits of the Manager Pack is that it adds some tasks in the corner, some alert tasks. So if I click here, and on any alert inside of Active Alerts here, I can see I have these two new tasks. Send new alerts to ServiceNow or send this alert to ServiceNow. Send new alerts to ServiceNow will be anytime any future alerts from this logical disk free space is low. That will send those to ServiceNow. So this particular one won't get sent, but anytime a new alert comes in with logical disk free space low, it will be sent. Send this alert is actually send this particular one. So if I don't have a rule already set up to automatically send the alerts to ServiceNow, or say I had like a one-off that the first level support was going inside of here and needed to check these things first and then send the tickets to ServiceNow, they could click this, send this alert to ServiceNow, and this particular one that's already open will be sent to ServiceNow. Okay, and there you have it. We have it completely installed. In future videos, we'll show you how to use the tool.